First of all, appreciate everybody being here, being a part of this AMA. Thanks for everybody who's listening in. It's going to be a great time to get some more information on this project here. So, if you guys don't mind, Derrick, if you want to start off just giving us a little intro for your team, kind of tell us about your team a little bit, who are the team members and what are their roles?
Absolutely. Well, I'll start off with myself. So I'm Derrick Suter, and I am the CMO of Magus Nodes. I absolutely love saying that statement because I truly do just love my role in the team. Pass it over to Nolan, and he can explain his role.
Hey guys, so I'm Nolan. I am the CEO of Magus Nodes. I love Magus Nodes, obviously. Just to give you a bit of a background on myself. I've been working in the DeFi space for over a year now. I've been also doing digital marketing for over 4 years. Currently working on a rebase protocol that has a TVL of around 30 million. I work there as a marketing executive. And just a bit of backstory on our team who aren't currently on this call or just not presenting. We have Ansem, who's our community manager. We have Kraken, who does our UI and graphic design. And we also have JD, who is our lead developer.
Cool. So I know that Derrick's from Scotland. Is everybody from Scotland? Or I'm sure some of you guys are spread out across the world, maybe?
Yeah, so we're an international team. I'm also in Scotland, funnily enough. Yeah, we're pretty international. Primarily, the UK and Asia.
Cool, gotcha. And so you had a little bit of experience. You said you're working on a project with a TVL of like 30 million. Is there any other crypto experience you guys can tell us about? How long have you been in the game?
Oh, yes. So, Nolan, if you don't mind, I'll take this one. So, what I will say is when I got introduced to crypto, I genuinely fell in love and I dived in head first. So, I went ahead and I actually got a diploma in cryptocurrency from a place called Allison Courses. Now, it sounds impressive, but listen, anyone can do it. It took me a couple of weeks studying crypto. I got the diploma, and then I had the itch for more. So I went ahead and I did 4 online paid courses, and the experience was just absolutely phenomenal. And one of them courses, I got talking with one of the people that run it, and that led me to become co-founder of a launchpad. And I'm also co-founder of a TikTok marketing agency, but we focus solely on crypto. So the experience, yeah, we're definitely an experienced team.
Cool. Awesome. That's good to hear. So let's kind of roll into the project a little bit for the people that maybe haven't been following along super closely. Let's just go over the basics, tell them what chain you're on, when you plan on launching, any sort of pre-sale details that you could go on about. Let's just kind of get an intro to the project.
Brilliant. So we are a DeFi as a service protocol, and we're planning to launch on the Kronos chain. Our overall goal is to offer people a passive rewards for a very long time. We advertise this as passive rewards for life. Our team, the core team, we're all veterans in the crypto space. We've all been here for probably, if we added all our experience, for a decade. And we've come together. We've been watching the node community as a whole, and we felt like there was a good gap for us to fill in. And we really want to be known as one of the biggest and most sustainable projects of this year and all the years going forward.
So you guys are on Kronos chain, correct? You guys have a pre-sale going on now. Has the pre-sale concluded yet? Where are you guys at with that?
So we're currently having our first round of the pre-sale. Anyone who currently had the whitelist up to a certain point, we whitelisted their addresses and they've been contributing to that. We will be closing it tonight at midnight. And then we will be opening up again shortly after, just for those people who got the whitelist a little bit later to then contribute and get their receipt tokens.
Yeah, I think it's also worth touching on this point. So the stages that we've did our whitelist in is whitelist round 1, whitelist round 2, and whitelist round 3. The benefits are the exact same. So no matter whether you're whitelisted in round 3 or whitelisted in round 1, you will receive the same benefits. One of the benefits is you get the guaranteed price of $1 per token, and also anyone in the pre-sale that puts in $500 or more receives one free node. There is a max allocation of $1,000. And the difference between the rounds, you may ask, is the tasks. So round 1, we had invite 10 friends to the server to get whitelisted, and I think it was a phenomenal idea to start off the growth of Magus nodes. Whitelist round 2 was more activity based, and we are currently on whitelist round 3. We like to call fun round because it's involved some of the community playing games, a lot of trivia. It's been really fun, to be fair.
Cool. Yeah, pre-sale is an exciting time for sure. So some of the community questions we have from Jocko. He's wondering, is there a soft and hard cap for the pre-sale, or are you just letting anybody with a whitelist get in?
Nolan, do you want to go ahead and answer this one?
I'm really sorry. Could you repeat that last bit for me?
Yeah, is actually a soft and a hard cap for the pre-sale, or are you guys just taking whatever's contributed by the whitelisted people?
Yeah, so we don't have a hard cap, so to speak. I guess in a sense of if everyone did the maximum contribution, that would be up to around 400 to 450k. But we don't expect that to happen. Not everybody will be doing the full contribution. And in terms of a soft cap, it really depends on our audience size, supply and demand, so to speak. So at our current rate, we can launch fine. As we have, the tokenomics we have laid out, it would just be a case of reducing the initial LP, which is fine because we still want to have that. We want the buy pressure to still be significant for when we do launch. So there's no specific soft cap or hard cap.
Okay, and what was the minimum allocation? Was it 200? I think I read that.
Yes.
200 minimum, 1,000 maximum. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's kind of get a little more into the actual project. So ASB is wanting to know what the maximum amount of nodes you can have per wallet.
So the actual amount of nodes a person can have per wallet is unlimited. The reason we've gone for this is because our total nodes is going to be locked to a total supply of 100. One thing we realized is people can just make another address, right? We're in a decentralized space. So we just felt if we're already implementing the limited total nodes, we'll allow people to have the freedom of accumulating nodes.
Okay, got you. And then ASB has another question, a follow-up to that. Let's see, is there a maximum cap on nodes to be distributed overall?
Is this in terms of the pre-sale? Sorry.
Just in terms of the project overall, are you guys going to have a node cap? Are you going to cap it at, say, 50,000 nodes, 100,000
Yes,
nodes? Or will you ever stop letting people create nodes?
Yeah, so we do have a cap of 100k supply. That would be the maximum amount of nodes we'd allow.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And then Jocko, this kind of rolls into that as well. He's wondering when you hit the max node supply, what will you do to combat the sell pressure? At that point, people are going to be earning. There's be a lot of rewards to pay out. So, what will you do to combat the sell pressure?
Definitely, that's a brilliant question. So, first off, we spent a lot of time on our tokenomics and pre-planning for Magus. And 100k nodes would be at a point where it would take a decent amount of time, between 12 to 24 months for us to hit that stage. The reason I mention this is because based on our roadmap, we have things we want to bring out which will kind of negate people wanting to sell their tokens as much as the general token out there. There'll be use cases for the token outside of the node itself, primarily our peer-to-peer marketplace, where people can buy and sell nodes. We'll go into that a bit later. And when we integrate other projects onto our platform, we're planning to be one of the leading node peer-to-peer platforms. And also we'll be introducing a runway, which will just kind of give us the transparency and the community the transparency to kind of see if we are sustainable, and if it came to a point, where we do have 100k nodes, it just really wouldn't be viable for us to be paying out 1% ROI. So we would have to reduce it when it came to those, down the road, because we want to be here for a long time and we want to be sustainable.
So Nolan, just for anyone that doesn't know, could you explain what a runway is?
Yeah, so essentially the runway is just a way for us to track how long we can fund the project for, in a sense. So we'll base this off our treasury. So say the token has a big dip, and we're paying out the 1% ROI and our treasury is X amount. And our planned runway is we always want to have enough for 200 days, and we see a significant decrease where we can only afford to sustain the project for 150 days. That's when we would introduce some kind of reduction in the ROI. And whilst it can go down, it will also have the possibility of going up back to that 1%.
Okay, I see what you mean. So the goal is a 200-day runway, and you will adjust if it looks like it's coming off track from that goal. So what's it currently going to cost? Like whenever you guys launch, what will it cost to create a node? How many tokens, and then what will the ROI be on that initially?
Yeah. So in tokens, it would be 100 tokens per node. Our launch price will be $1 per node. So initially, it will be $100 to create a node. And as we do a 1% ROI, it will be 1 token a day per node.
Gotcha. Okay, 1% a day. All right. And then Jocko's got a question about the DApp. Is it completed yet? And if not, how long until it will be?
So currently, our lead graphic designer, Kraken, he's been working very hard on making sure every page looks brilliant, because we have a few things we want to integrate into our DApp that hasn't really been seen yet. So we will have a few sneak peeks ready today that we will be sharing in our Discord, as well as maybe something from our developer himself, just giving the community some views of it. But the sneak peek we do have ready will actually be showcasing kind of our side menu as well, because our peer-to-peer will be integrated into our DApp. People will be able to buy tokens through the DApp, in the sense of we'll embed the DEX that we use. So we're just making sure UI-wise we can also create what we're wanting people to see.
Got you. Okay. And to follow up with that, Jocko's kind of wondering what made the decision to go on with pre-sale without some of these things being ready. Did you need some of the funds to maybe complete some of these? I mean, did you? What kind of led you to do this before the DApp was actually ready? No sneak peeks or anything like that.
It's a brilliant question. So the thing with our pre-sale is we'll be running it beforehand and after we have our KYC ready. We'll have the DApp, either some functionality, or we'll have people see what it's going to look like. So there is a way for people in the pre-sale to contribute after these things. Primarily the reason we did it beforehand, as you said, is funding for expanding the team, getting the audits in place, getting KYC in place, marketing on Derrick's side. And yeah, it's we also have a very transparent team. We all know people. Derrick, as you can see, he's fully doxed, and he is going through the private KYC as well. Our whole core team is getting privately KYC'd, which includes our developer, includes myself, Derrick, and some Kraken. So we just want to we did the funds beforehand, just for the fact that people initially knew us, and as our community grows, we know some people may have doubts, which is completely understandable considering the current climate of things, and that's why we have the before and after option.
Okay, got it. So the real Lucifer is wondering if there will be any different node tiers.
So at the moment, we're not looking into that. We just want to almost keep it, simple, sustainable stability, right? So we'll just be having the initial 1% ROI node, and just work on making sure we can sustain that for a long time. And then if it came to a point where we're expanding and we can introduce something like that, it's not off the cards.
Okay. And Massey is wondering, you talked a little bit about this earlier, but the P2P node trading of the platform, do you have any idea when that may be ready?
So I'm really happy to say that that should be live a week after we launch, within a week of when we launch. We know it's something that attracts quite a lot of people to our project. So it's something we are planning to have out as early as possible. We should have sneak peeks as well before we even launch. So, it's something we will get out as soon as possible, within a week.
Cool, that's exciting. I assume you guys probably been working on that for a little while now. Development is not something that goes quickly, that's for sure. So Snapshot is wondering about your marketing plans. Obviously, you guys have come in here and done this today. Got quite a few people listening in. So do you guys have more stuff like this lined up to kind of grow the community?
I'll let Derrick take this one. I just think he's having issues with his mic because I saw him unmute.
Oh, yeah, there he goes. Leaving and coming back, I'm sure. Okay. Does Derrick handle most of the marketing?
Yeah, he's our CMO, so he handles the good chunk of the marketing.
Hello.
We got you now.
Yeah, so luckily, as we was talking about experience before, this is exactly what I love. I mean, there's this saying, your network is your net worth, and I fully believe it. If there's something that I'm not lacking in, it's contacts. So yeah, we have multiple AMAs lined up just for today. And what I will say also, so King, when I spoke to you previously, you have many projects that run through, and I don't know how much of them would actually be interested in picking your brains for a partnership, but everywhere that we go that is suitable, we are not looking just to do these one-off promotions. We are looking for more of a partnership. And I think this really offsets us from a lot of other projects that you will see dip in and out of other communities. We would love to come here again. We think it's an absolute brilliant community that you've got here. And luckily, one of my other contacts is Slink. So in the general chat, I've just posted our Slink link. Now, for anyone that doesn't know what it is, I'm sure you're familiar with services such as Linktree and things like this. So I am pleased to announce that we will be having a large marketing campaign with Slink, and he's got 30,000 daily active users. And we look at doing this marketing campaign just after launch, perhaps on the actual launch day. So there's definitely brilliant things in the pipeline. And also, just to touch on it, I am also co-founder of a TikTok marketing agency focused solely on crypto. So I plan on using that to our advantage as well. And we will also be running the likes of Facebook ads, Google ads. As Nolan touched on, he has been doing digital marketing for 4 years. So we have that coming as well.
Great, awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you guys have a lot in the pipeline, like you said. Cool. Well, something else I want to thank you guys for was we've got this opportunity for a couple of guys to win this giveaway. You guys offered up a couple $100 to give away in this AMA today. So I'd like to go ahead and open up that channel while we've got quite a few people listening in. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and make that AMA giveaways channel public. You're gonna have 5 minutes as usual to react to the giveaway bot. Just react to the emoji on that giveaway. You'll have 5 minutes, like I said. We're going to go ahead and open that up now. The AMA giveaway channel. I'm going to move that to, let's see if I can move this to the top for you guys. See what we can do here. AMA giveaways. Just a second. I'm going to move it up to the very top. Well, nope, I can't. Go to the submit AMA questions, and you're going to see a category called AMA giveaways. Just go ahead and react to that. So a couple $100. Appreciate you guys offering that up today. So if anybody's got any questions, if you'd like to raise your hand, if you want to come up here and speak, go ahead and raise it and I'll bring you up. Otherwise, we've got a couple other questions that we can move on to here. So Snapshot had another question, just wanting to know from your mouth, what differentiates Magus from the other node projects?
So I think there's actually quite a few things that really differentiate us from other projects. I think one thing we all see with node projects is they offer this insanely high APY, and it's very hard to sustain, especially for the long term. So we've kind of scratched that, and we've decided to go somewhere which is still relatively high. With it's over 300% a year, but it's something that's a lot easier to sustain in the long term. So that's one thing we've done, and with the implementation of a runway, we're really hoping that the treasury alone will be more than enough to for example, have 300 days. So we won't even be at that 200-day barrier if necessary. And another thing is our peer-to-peer marketplace. It's something we're really proud of. We've had this ready for a very long time, and Magus Nodes is one of the best things to kind of implement it with. It's something we haven't really seen in the node space, having tradable, buyable, sellable nodes. It's also a great way for the Magus ecosystem to grow, in a sense of allowing future node projects to have that tradability function on our platform. And because it's our platform, it's our branding that's on there. It's our ecosystem that's getting the fees, and it's something that will really help us in the long term.
I do think it's also worth mentioning that the Magus team has got a bunch of experience. Not only that, but we've worked well together in the past. So coming together to do Magus is just fantastic. I think you see a lot of these other teams, and it's just honestly a bunch of random people just trying to do a project, whereas we've worked well together in the past. And I think moving forward, it's just going to be strength after strength.
All right. So I think, let's see, we'll move on to some of the security stuff. And you guys touched on this a little bit earlier, but we always kind of like to go over it kind of towards the end as well, when we've got our highest numbers and everybody's been listening and potentially considering investing in this. So let's touch on the some of those security features, the KYC, audit. Which organizations do you have in mind for doing those things, and then a little bit about the multi-sig as well.
Yeah, so for our KYC, we're going with Assure DeFi, the verification gold standard. You may have already heard of them. If you've not, they're one of the most popular private KYC companies out there. They're a registered company in Ohio, and they've done, I believe, hundreds and hundreds of projects out there. And they're well known, they're well respected, and yeah, it's something we're really happy to go ahead with. For our contract audit, we're going through with a company called Solidity Finance. They've been around for over a year, I believe, and I've seen them being used in the past. They're very thorough with what they do. They have excellent turnaround times. If there's something wrong, they'll let you know. Because an audit is not just about saying you have an audit, but it's good for both the community and the team to know if there's anything we can always improve upon before our launch. So we're going with those two. For the multi-sig, there is actually currently no multi-sig on Kronos as far as we're aware. We're currently doing a lot of research into that, but if not, we would also be looking into creating our own open source multi-sig for Kronos, and again, that would be brilliant for us because it gives us another crazy use case. But for now, we may have to look on to doing our multi-sig on another chain, which isn't ideal, but we want our investors to feel at ease.
Also, so this just sprung to mind. This announcement will be out shortly, but for everyone listening, here's a beautiful slice of cake. So, Magus Nodes is also partnering up with Fractal Studios. Now, these guys are honestly next level. I've worked with them before, and their smart contract and their knowledge is just absolutely brilliant. So, you'll see more on that later in the day.
Ooh, awesome, man. Yeah, the community loves getting updates like that, getting some spicy news. So that's good. Always have something in the pipeline coming up. So let's see. I'm trying to just kind of going over your white paper and everything. See if there's anything we missed. Is there anything, guys, that y'all want to touch on that we may have not talked about yet?
Actually, yes. Nolan, do you want to touch on the APY boosters, NFTs?
Yes, before that, I just want to mention as well, because we love sustainability so much, we ran a poll before our whitelist went live, and we kind of asked the community would they prefer their to receive, their contribution in nodes or tokens. And we ended up going for a 50-50, so whitelisters are getting 50% nodes, 50% tokens. Why is this good? It's good because the nodes can't, you can't directly sell them into the LP, so it's cutting our initial sell pressure at launch in half, and it also it shows our community is with us, which we love. 100% nodes did actually perform exceedingly well. It was the majority, but we had everyone in our community, and we felt it's best to go with something that appeases both sides, so to speak. So yeah, that's another really cool thing that adds to our sustainability. And just to go back to now what Derrick was saying about the NFT boosters. So our API boosters, I kind of spoiled it for myself there, but we'll be looking in Q2 to Q3 in our roadmap to introduce NFTs, which would basically boost the API you receive from your nodes. The exact percentages haven't been calculated yet, but it would be something where it would be considered attractive to the community, and it would be a great way for us to both grow the treasury as well as reward those long-time node holders.
Okay, and yeah, what kind of investments did you have in mind for that treasury?
Yeah, so again, I say it a lot, but sustainability and stability is what we're looking for. So initially, we'd be looking at stablecoin yield farming. That would be 10 to 20% APR. An ecosystem I'm familiar with, Phantom. They have some really great stablecoins on there that offer amazing APR, and it's stable, low risk. And also, we'd be looking at supporting the Crow ecosystem. So, supporting new upcoming projects or ones that are already established. But primarily, we'll be looking at low-risk investments that can offer us, stable growth. Alongside that, we're also looking to bring on some form of strategy team. Strategy team. People who just have, decades of experience with TradFi, traditional finance, as well as DeFi and the general crypto space to kind of take over the treasury in a sense, in terms of what investments we should be doing to really maximize growth for it.
When you say you're thinking about bringing in some TradFi guys, are you talking about going off the blockchain and doing investments into maybe real estate or something, some real world assets?
Sorry, by that I was meaning people who have experience in that area just coming on board. Firstly for the DeFi side of things, and then it is in our interest to potentially become a VC down the road and then venture into that kind of space.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, guys, I think we've pretty much run through most of the roadmap and white, I believe. Is there anything else you guys have noticed that we've missed?
No, so this isn't something that we've missed, but it is something that you said earlier on in the AMA, and I would love to just touch on it again. So you said that you're looking to start up a YouTube channel. Is that correct?
Yeah, we actually just started one up and posted our first video yesterday from AMA.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. So will this AMA be on your YouTube channel?
Yep, it will. Yep, we're still screen recording, and then we've got Craigbot audio that we'll overlay it with. So, yeah, it should be on YouTube as long as we don't have any technical difficulties.
Absolutely fantastic. I would like to talk to you privately about sponsoring that video so we can assure that the masses see it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, shoot me a DM when we close up.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I guess that pretty much is going to conclude the AMA today. Like you guys just heard, I'm recording it. I'm screen recording. We're going to have this hopefully uploaded here in the next few hours. So it takes a little bit to kind of get the high resolution stuff on YouTube and all that. But we should have this up going here pretty quickly. So anybody that missed it or came in late, just be looking for that to get posted in our YouTube channel and our AMA recordings channel. So that way you can have a recap if you missed anything. The winners for the giveaway, that will auto close. Actually, it just closed. Let's see who won before we hang this thing up. Like I said, that's going to be the giveaway bot. Closes at 9:35. Yep. Congratulations to Empty Bullets and Janice Jennifer. You each have won $100, and that's courtesy of the Magus Nodes team. So, all right, guys, that's going to conclude it today. I'll make an announcement about these giveaways. So if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to head over to the Magus Nodes Discord. I'm sure they would be willing to answer all the questions that you've got. I know some more have probably come up in your head while you've been listening to this. So just head over to their Discord. You can find their info on our Magus Nodes listing inside of Crypto Kingdom. So appreciate you guys, and good luck with the rest of your day. I know y'all got a busy schedule.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out.
Not a problem at all. Thank you guys for having us. We look forward to working together in the future.
All right, guys, we'll talk soon.
Sounds
Bye.
good. See y'all.